Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. In today's video it is the 2nd of September. I am a day late with my check-in, but it won't matter much. So if you are not familiar with the style of video on my channel, I do a check-in every month. I have recently started including weigh-ins over the last couple of months. So I'll be including my weigh-in, my progress shots or body shots, my measurements, and a gold try on clothing section where I try on 3 pieces of clothing that currently don't fit to see how I am progressing there. So that's what is the plan for the video. Usually at the beginning of the video I like to sort of recap how the previous month has gone, so I'll do that, and then at the end of the video I'll set some intentions for the month ahead. So in terms of how August went, a little bit hit and miss. I feel like a broken record with regards to that. I feel like I've not had like a fully good month for a good couple of months now. I did have a couple of things on in August. It was Philip's birthday, so we had birthday cake on a couple of days because obviously he bought a birthday cake, so that spanned over several days. My family, or my mum and my sister and my nieces, were here for about 4 days, so during that time I did not eat very well at all because we ate out most days, so that was a bit of a sort of off track period, and then it's just generally been a bit hit and miss where I am either on it with my exercise or on it with food, but not both at the same time. So that is something that I'm going to have to work on this month. I have been running quite a bit more this month, or last month should I say, than the previous month. I think it was not this week but last week I did 3 runs in a week, which I've not done for quite a long time, so I was pretty happy with that. So yeah, I am sort of getting there with my running and things like that, but I do need to sort of try and balance the two, where I can have on-track days with food and exercise. The only sort of consistent thing that I have done throughout the month is my 10k steps. I think I'm on day 32 of my 10k step streak, doing it with Maria, so we've both been encouraging each other to do our steps. So yeah, that's the only sort of consistent thing that I have been doing throughout the month. So in terms of what I'm expecting for the check-in ahead, I'm not really sure. Obviously, in my previous video, I had gained weight and measurements, which was very tough for me, and I really hoped that I would have a better sort of month this month. Obviously, I knew that I would have certain things that were going to be happening, like family coming and whatever else, but I thought for the most part that things would go well. Obviously, that's not the case, but I do generally think that I haven't been sort of like wildly off track or anything. If I have been over, it's only been by sort of a couple of 100 calories, which wouldn't take me over maintenance generally. So yeah, I'm not sure what's going to happen with regards to sort of results. I would hope that with the 10k steps and my sort of increase in my running and things like that, that some measurements might come down from last month. Or the previous month should I say, but we're just going to have to see what happens with that. So we're going to start with weigh-in first, so I guess I'll talk about that now. I have lost 1.4 pounds for the month. I'll show a little chart here of my Nutri-Checks. You can see how my weigh-ins have gone. As with the previous month, it's been pretty up and downy, but yeah, just generally I'm feeling a bit blah over the whole thing. I feel like 1.4 for the month isn't great. I would say easily lose a pound a week if I put my mind to it. So the fact that I've only lost £1.50 just is a little disappointing, but it is going in the right direction nonetheless, so I can't sort of diminish that. But yeah, I just generally need to try a bit harder this month. So yeah, I guess we'll move on to the next section. Right, measurements next. As always, I'm going to fast forward this part while I actually take the measurements, and then I'll get back to you after I've done to tell you the results. Okay, don't have anything to show on the iPad because I have maintained all my measurements this month. Can't say that's not a little disappointing because I have been on it with my steps. Yes, I haven't been obviously on it with both exercise and food at the same time like I discussed earlier, but I sort of half expected that maybe some of the measurements from last month would have dropped down, but it seems not. So yeah, I'm not gonna dwell on it. I just have to do better next month. I guess we'll move on to gold trial clothing next. Okay, on to the next section, which is gold trial clothing. As always, I've got 3 items of clothing to try on. So I have a star dress here, which is Tesco's, I think, new look in a size 16. I have Tesco's jeans, which are in a size 18, just these ripped jeans, and then a jacket, Berghaus jacket that I have worn before but doesn't fit anymore, which is in a size 14, so I'm going to be trying all those on. I think it's pretty much same as last month. Can almost just about button it if I wanted to, but not quite there yet. As always, the sticking point with this is usually the hips, which is still an issue here. Oh, got a runny nose. So as you can see, still probably nowhere near close to wanting to zip it, but that is where it's at. Can't zip from the hips as you're supposed to close the jacket, so I've got to bring it further up. And still tight as heck. And then just really tight. I feel like I've got mono flat boob from the front, so that is that. Okay, that is all measures of progress done. So I've told you my weigh-in, which I lost weight this week, and then I did progress shots, measurements, and my gold try on clothing section. In terms of measurements and gold try on clothing section, I don't think anything changed. Measurements obviously didn't change, I told you that, and the clothing I didn't feel fit any better than last month. So yeah, it just seems to have stayed the same, which is fine because it's not going up, but at the same time it's really demoralising to still not have my head fully in the game, if you get what I mean. So yeah, I guess we'll move on to intentions for the month. So as I mentioned, I did have days where I was really on it with my exercise and days where I was really on it with my food, and I need to try and make a better sort of conscious effort to have those combined. So be getting in my 3 runs a week, be getting in my 10k steps, but also be on track most days. Obviously if I have like one day a week where I'm slightly off track, then that's no big deal because one day doesn't undo all your results, but for the most part I need to be really sort of on it with my calories in order to be losing weight. So I think tracking is going to be my main focus for this month. Snacking has been awful. I think I mentioned it in a previous Bits and Peaks video that during my period my snacking was just, it was unreal. So I need to sort of try and control those cravings and things like that. And just snacking in general, I feel like it's got a bit out of hand again, so I am going to have to nip that in the bud. So yeah, generally it's just book up your ideas and work a bit harder sort of thing. I think generally I've been really down with regards to both my weight and also the fact that Philip is doing really well in his weight loss journey at the moment. And I know that we can't compare our two journeys because we're completely different genders. I know that males generally tend to have an easier time with weight loss than women. But yeah, it just sucks a bit. He has lost quite a bit of weight. He's lost a couple of kilos last month compared to my sort of like 1.4 pounds. So I'm trying not to sort of get in that comparison track with him, but when I see him doing really well and I'm not, it sort of sucks. So I'm trying not to let that affect me too much mentally and sort of use that as fuel to the fire almost, that I sort of need to book up my ideas a bit. So we're just generally going to have to see how things go this month. So I am hoping to have 3 days of running. So I'm going to ideally aim for 2 on the treadmill and 1 run outside. We do have a goal to be able to run 3 miles by the end of this month because we want to do park run on the sort of first park run of October. That's sort of our aim at the moment. So that is something that I'm going to be working on running wise. Obviously, I would like to get back in the gym. I mentioned in a previous video that I'd cleaned up the gym, which is clean. Everything's sort of ready to go, but we just haven't got in here yet. Sleep has been a major factor as well. We've been getting up quite early. I've mentioned this before as well, that my body clock is just all over the place at the moment with Philip's working hours. So my body is naturally waking up about 3:30 in the morning, which obviously isn't great because I need sleep to function. And even if I got up at 3 and sort of did a run in the morning to get things out of the way, or a gym session or whatever else, I'm going to be absolutely knackered by the evening, and I've still got to do like a full day's work and everything else. So it would be good to sort of get that in check, but it might be that I just have to get up at 3:30 in the morning when I naturally wake up and then just go to bed earlier. So I might try that out this month and see how that goes, because obviously what's working or what's happening over the last month with sleeping just isn't working at all. So yeah, maybe I'll work on sleep as well, because obviously I know that sleep and sort of like hunger levels and things like that are affected. If you don't get as much sleep, you are hungrier and whatever else. So yeah, maybe that is something else that I work on this month. Yeah, I feel like this has been a bit of a mishmash, so I think I'm going to end the video here because I think I've covered everything. So if you like the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. You can always click the notification bell down below. You'll be notified of when my videos go live. Leave me a comment down below if you're on a weight loss journey, if you have any successes that you want to share from this month, from last month, then let me know. But other than that, hope you're all staying safe and well. Hope you all enjoy the rest of your weekend, whenever it is that you're watching this, and I will see you again in my next video.